I'm an untrained meteorologist reporting on the snow. I mean, it's in the streets.
I just found this. I should probably make a short about this. What is this? My friend told me to join a story, and this is it. I can't do anything. This is some good music. For context, this is basically just a backstory between Noob and Guest 666 or Sixer in Forsaken, the Roblox game. Man, what does my channel come to? I was by the seashore when I first saw them. A regular-looking guest walking back and forth on the sand. Oh shoot, this is gonna be deep. As if they were pretending to be on a tightrope. I don't read English. At first, they hesitated, not wanting to disturb their odd ritual, until they stumbled on one of their shoes and fell into the water. Oof. Caught off guard, I made my way over to help them up. Nolan, shut up! Excuse me. Got my clothes wet in the process. As they stood, I asked for their name. I accidentally forgot that guest before guest one person can't really talk, per se. So he just looked at me all confused. Quietly, they wrote their name in the sand with slight hesitation. Guest 666. A really unfortunate name. I've heard rumors associated with it, but nothing real. They wrote that even though they looked like other guests, people barely approached them because of it. Seeing this, I asked if they wanted to hang out, maybe grab a cola or two. After all, it was a nice day out, and it looked like they could use the company. It made me so happy to see their once flat expression grow into a small grin as they nodded their head. I took their hand as we left the beach, starting our new friendship. Oh no, what's gonna happen? Oh no, what's gonna happen? Oh no, oh, something is gonna go incredibly wrong. At first, we struggled to find the games we both liked. Sixer wasn't too keen on outdoor activities as much as I was. Sixer. That's the name of the skin in Forsaken. This is gonna get deep. Oh no. I was okay with it though. We would just hang out over at my place a lot. I even got a cat that resembled Sixer a lot. A cat. Her name was Tack. Admittedly not a very good name per se, but we liked it at the time. We spent evenings chatting about all sorts of things. About our lives, about our hobbies. Sixer borrowed my notebook so that we could form our own thoughts more easily. We would talk for hours until we got too tired and slept on the floor. It was fun. At one point, while I was pretending to head to a big party, while I was preparing to head to a big party that was coming up, I was surprised by Sixer writing about wanting to come with me. Overjoyed, I gave them a hug and we drove as fast as we could to the venue. The Iron Cafe was lively as ever. Ever. Folks from all around having having the time of their lives as we both entered the scene. I held Sixer's hand and gently, as I showed her around. Okay, it's gender neutral. They used both he and her. At least I think. Maybe I should review the footage later on. Getting snacks and sodas as we enjoyed the scene. Even Sixer was a bit uneasy at first. The music was lively, the food was good. It was a nice time. I stayed by her side for most of the night, not wanting to make them feel overwhelmed. Them. Man, Forsaken is never good with their frackin', why can't I think? Pronouns. Like, just use them if you don't know. Even if others were scared or uneasy about Sixer, we ignored it. We shared a couple of Bloxies as my favorite song came on. We had a great time with them. When the music quieted down as the party came to a close, both of us were pretty tired, so I let Sixer drive us back to my place. We slept for a long while that day. It became a regular thing for me to see Sixer at my doorstep almost every other day now. We basically did whatever with most of our time. I got them to try out some of my spare clothes while Sixer taught me a bit of sign language. Still rusty on it though. Sixer also found some of my old gear from my vast hobbies back in the day. Old dodgeball gear, dusty skateboard helmets, the works. I got them to try it out, and we started hanging out more often. Dodgeball, paintball, skating. Nice. I think my father used to play paintball. We would do all sorts of things whenever we could. It was ecstatic getting to enjoy something with them. Even if I've played some of these before. Sixer held their own with or against me in competitive games. They seemed so relieved they could be someone who isn't that myth. Someone who isn't a hacker or beast. Our bond slowly grew as we continued to play and have all sorts of fun. Laughing, playing, goofing around. What's gonna go wrong, man? Oh! Oh no! I swear, if I start crying, just me and my best friend. Me and Sixer. Sixer and me. But, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. No, you can't do this to me, man. You can't be doing this. Over time, I started to notice their attitude change. They became more competitive, more agitated whenever she lost. This change worried me a little as often. Little as often. This attitude made her lose more often than before. She started to look more disappointed or agitated whenever we headed home after a game. I tried telling them that it was only good fun, but they remained still. Whenever there was a leaderboard in our hangout sessions, she'd often stare at both me and their own names. Their fists clenched tight. I don't know what they were thinking at the time. But after a particularly heavy loss, she disappeared. Sixer? Sixer? hear from them for a while. Oh no. The day he came back, they suddenly started to get me better at a lot of things. Hold up, they were taking steroids now! They were much faster, stronger than before. I could immediately tell. They looked really happy to be able to catch up to me. Who are normally at the top of the leaderboards, together. I wanted to be happy for them, but the way the way their eyes looked at me whenever they won made me worried. Crimson red eyes which stared through me. Over time, that's when I finally realized what was happening to them. They had been relying on what looked like an interjector or a script this whole time. Its red color, bright as Sixer kept using it. It was once a way to catch up to me, became like a necessity to them. Like a vice they were unable to part with. Oh no. I desperately wanted to say something, but I didn't want to ruin what they had. What we had. Yeah, tough love, tell them! Tell them! Listen, if you love somebody, you're gonna tell them when they're doing something wrong, so that way they don't kill themselves. What is wrong with you? Excuse me. Anyway, back to it. That rumor she hated, it was becoming a reality. Their name often caused leaderboards to glitch or spaz out. Stuff like doors became broken and disintegrated. I wanted to keep her on a low profile, but often failed in doing so. Their alliance grew over time, leading to others noticing. He began to try and hide parts of their body too. Parts of their torso looked like they were made of solidified code, and their right arm had become a dark, glitchy mess. It was horrifying. My best friend had changed in front of me. From quiet yet kind-hearted friend to someone who couldn't let go of something that was actively hurting them. It felt like something overtook their mind. It was horrible. I should have told them to stop sooner. My breaking point was hearing their voice through their vice for the first time. Although it was raspy and heavily filtered, they spoke to me. The problem was how badly it affected Sixer's body. Every word that came out of their mouth caused the visible patches of code to shift and grow. Overwhelmed, I confronted Sixer at the same seashore where I met them. They were there first, staring at the sea. Spoke first. I said, shaking my fists clench as I saw them. I called out to them. They had to give it up. They needed to give it up. My voice was clear. I told Sixer about how the script needed to be gone. It was only worsening their body at this rate. I didn't want to see them like this. Violent exploiter was becoming real. Sixer stared at me, shocked. They eventually began closing the distance between us. Hands or claws clenched tightly as they kept their voice steady and tried to explain to me how they desperately needed it. That it helped them find their own name. How undeserving they were of this world. They thought it would be proud. They thought I would be proud. I can't read! And this is dramatic and I can't read it properly. It's ruining the vibe. It's making it terrible. Proud that they have found something to found something. Wow! Proud that they have found their own identity without me or the myths. Proud that I could finally talk to them. Hearing all that, I acted without thinking. I yelled at them. I yelled at them as loud as I could, my voice rising and as overwhelming anger took over my entire body. I told them that he was selfish, that the script was killing them, that her script was... Don't use it in the same sentence, too! Even if they could talk to me, I couldn't bear to see my best friend hurt like this. I couldn't just let my best friend, my only friend, throw themselves away like this. I didn't want to lose them. I couldn't. This is getting worse. But it felt like my words fell on deaf ears as they kept pacing towards me. I kept yelling, tears starting to stream down my eyes. I said that all that fairness didn't matter if they would just end up as a horrible mess on the floor when I saw them the next day. That I couldn't bear to lose them like this. Their gaze was cold and horrifying as they looked me in the eyes. Before I It was horrifying. I could feel the claws nearly ripping the fabric. At first, I had become frozen in place, my body shaking as I was held up high. But my words grew louder with their attempts to talk right back at me. Our constant back and forth drowned out the world around us. I squirmed under the grasp, being lifted off of the sand as I kept yelling at them to stop. Just let me go. I even began hitting their hand repeatedly as an attempt to break free. But it was only pulled out of it when their fist struck. When their fist struck me right in the face. Everything went dark so quickly. Sixer dropped me to the sand. Man, shut up! Sixer dropped me to the sand as I felt the pain on my face, slowly starting to get up as I felt a loud ringing in my ears. I coughed a bit, my face bruised as I looked up at them. Sixer's expression mirrored mine, an expression of shock and regret meshed together. Tears formed in my eyes as I slowly got up from the ground, voice unsteady. That was it. That was the last straw. I told them to never talk to me again, my voice shaky and cold. At that moment, I wanted nothing to do with them. Nothing they said could now change my mind. I stared at him, trying not to choke up as I wept. The ocean tide beginning to pick back up as I walked away, leaving them behind. She yelled at me They tried to get my attention. I didn't turn back. I know the one telling this story is Noob, because, I mean, I've heard basic lore. I heard that the reason Noob is here because of this. God, guest, have some self-control. Like, you do not need this. It's like a drug. You're ruining your life. Man, this is... October 1st, 2017. I haven't seen them since that fateful day. 2017. Guest 666. My best friend. My one and only. Oh! Kicked. You gave me something I could never forget. A name. But I still couldn't find myself. Who am I? It's simply there now. It just showed up. Without much explanation, no achievement at all. That was... Ooh, Lord, I was not expecting that. That was... Poor Noob. Poor guest. Both of them got the worst end of society, honestly. Just could have gone so differently. That's what makes the tragedy, is when you know something could have been done and it was for naught. Nothing came out of it whatsoever. Also, I do find it funny how at the start I said, I could make this a short. It's been like 25 minutes. This is not going to be a short. I could edit it and make it a long form, though. This is... I just don't know what to say. Forsaken. You're being ridiculous with me, man. I don't know what to say to this. Remember, I've been thinking about rebranding. Vote on the poll if you think, well, if the poll is out yet, or just comment on the post if it isn't out yet. Any suggestions for the new name for our channel?